Folks, we're going to talk a little bit about Chapter 7 here, looking at some more HTML forms and ways that we can use them. So the first thing that I want to look at that kind of bothers me about our application in our view here is that we have three forms. We've got a delete form, we have an update form, and we have an add form. Now, add and update essentially have the exact same things here. Right? They have the symbol, they have the name, they have the price, they have a different hidden value. And that's it. So wouldn't it be cool if we could give them the option of, hey, is this an add or an update? Then if you have one or the other, the type of buttons that you might use for that is a radio button. Well, radio buttons can only have one checked at a time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set the single form here. So I'm going to get rid of the update form here. We'll get rid of that one. And then I'm going to add in here, then instead of a value of insert for my action here, this will be, how about we call insert or update? Let's go insert or update. So we're going to change that value for the action. So the first thing we need to do in our controller is go take a look at that one here. So if it's insert or update here, and we don't need the next one, then we need to go figure something out. Oops, I got an extra curly brace there. There we go. So before we go and insert, we need to figure out which one it actually is. So we'll use a single piece here, a single hidden insert or update. Then we're going to add in the radio button. So we're going to say, okay, check the box where this is a update or is this, I'm sorry, not a checkbox. Like click the button, click the radio button. Is this an update or is it an insert? Okay, so let's go and add a new input. So for that one there, the type is radio. Go figure, because it's a radio button. So the name, this will be our, what do we call it? Add or update, insert or update, insert or update. And then this one, then the value is going to be insert here. And then we'll say insert is going to default to checked. And then this will be an add stock. What do we call it? Add stock. This will be add or update stock then for our header. Okay, that'll be the first radio button here, and then we'll add a line break, and then let's add another button, probably a whole other line break too. So it's a radio button, same name here, but now this value here is going to be update, and this one will not be checked, and this will be update. So we're going to have two radio buttons here, then they will either be insert or update, and then we can look for this name here in our controller. So then if we know the action is insert or update, now we're going to get this is going to be an insert or update is equal to a filter input of, nope, filter, goodness, that was the wrong type ahead. Filter input. We want to get from input post, and we want to find the insert or update string here. Then we can say, okay, hey, if my insert or update is equal to insert, then we'll run the insert stock. Else if the insert or update is equal to update, then we'll run the update stock. Update stock given name, symbol, and current price. And so I didn't leave this as an else here just in case something funky happened. It should be one or the other, but just in case, maybe we just do nothing if they give us some weird whatever we don't expect. Let's give it a peek here. Pull that down, so we go to our stocks page. Now we have add or update stock. So I can add or update. So let's try an update first. Let's see if we can update Apple. So AAPL, we'll call it Apple Inc. And let's say it's back to $147.59 or something. Let's see if it'll, oh, our button shouldn't be add here. Let's see, we gotta fix that button. So that'll be on our view. Then this will be add, I don't know, or how would we just call it submit? Maybe that's a little easier here. And give that a refresh. Okay, so now we just have a submit button. So for add or update stock, Apple Inc. 147, and that'll be an update here. So I'm going to check the update box, and it updated. Apple Inc. 147. Let's try and add. So let's try and add. Wish we had a BBB or BBBY back. Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't remember what their price was. 123. We'll just make it up here, and then it should add. We've added them in. Now we should still be able to delete here. So BBBY, we can go ahead and delete, and it deleted. Okay, so using the radio buttons then, all right, one and only one of those can be checked at a time. Now, you might, depending on your use case, you might want to have actual checkboxes where you can have multiple checkboxes checked. So take a look at the book. They've got an example with, hey, what sort of toppings do you want on your pizza? That's a great way to put that in there. And then my next favorite option is a drop-down list. So it's, radio buttons are fine if you only have a couple of them, but if you've got like multiple options, you're gonna have many, many, many of them here. It's a little nicer to have a drop-down list that they can select from. So the format for that is, it is a select, you give it a name, and then you have an option and a list of these for each option. So what's kind of fun to do these here is we could actually go and create one of these ourselves. And that's my favorite part to do here. So I'm going to add a new view here, and this will be the stock symbol drop-down list. Stock symbol drop-down. And all this is going to do then is it's going to create a select. So we'll have a select. So it doesn't need to be the PHP here. So this will be the select, and the name is going to be symbol here. And then when we're done, we end the select. And then inside of that, then we have options. So option has a value, and then the value after that has the display name. So this is the actual value, and this is the display name. Display name, and then you end the option. So what we want to do for this is we want to start a PHP block here. Oops, not, oh goodness. Just go down, please. Go down a line. There we go. We're going to start a PHP block here, and we're going to do a for each loop here. So we're going to say for each, and now I want stocks as stock here, right, for each stock on my list. And then I'm going to use that colon notation here. I think that's a little bit cleaner. And then we will end that PHP block, start a new PHP block, and say end for each. And I like that a little better than those curly braces here. So what we're going to do then for each one in here is we want to PHP echo, and we're going to echo this out. And in here what we're going to put is the actual name will be the stock, and that is going to be index of symbol, right? Stock symbol. And then for the display name, what we want here is we want the $stock, and that is the name. And let's see. These need to be single quotes, right? I think. Yep. See if that looks any better here. Okay, so we just keep adding each of those options to our list here. What does it not like here? Doesn't like single quotes? Is that what it doesn't like? Symbol, single quotes. Unexpected string, possible syntax error. Echo. The stock name. No, why is it unhappy? Give me 1 second. Let me see what did I do wrong here. I don't know why it's go see one of these here real quick. Give me just a second, sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we don't want to start the echo right away. Let's do the option value, and then inside of that, how about we do our echo of the stock symbol, and then okay, this will just be maybe a little bit easier here then. So we'll just have two different PHP code blocks. So we want that inside of this set of quotes here for that, and then in here we'll do one more PHP echo here, given the stock name there, and then we will end the option there. Okay, I think that'll be a little nicer. Cool, so now we have we're gonna make a drop-down list where the value is the symbol and the display name is the actual stock name here. So what I can do then in my stocks view, instead of giving them the input here for symbol, right, and this is the symbol here, right, we don't need to give them the text input. We just need to give them the PHP include use stock symbol dropdown PHP. And this is already in view, so I think we can just say stock symbol dropdowns PHP here. Okay, let's give that a shot, see if it works for us here. And bring that page down here. Oops, not quite on the second screen. There we go. Stocks. And now we have a drop-down list of symbol here that we can delete from with a drop-down. So if we want to delete the Apple stock, it gets deleted. Now I just have GameStop and Microsoft left, which is fantastic. So we get a nice little pretty drop-down here. And it probably shouldn't say symbol here then either, because that's a little funny for that label now. Right? So let's go back. So now we just have which one do we want to delete, GameStop or Microsoft? And we can go delete those. Okay, so using the drop-down is fantastic. I really like these, especially if we're going to feed them off of database information, because we can just load it all up with as many things are in there, as many options as we want, with a quick little for each loop. And then we can actually use this here, because it's a view. Anytime I need to select a stock by symbol, I can go grab it from the drop-down here. Okay? All right, folks, you can take a look. There's a couple other things there in Chapter 7 you could take a look at if you're curious. Those are most of the interesting ones here. Dealing with the checkboxes is a little bit annoying. You can use a filter input, and then you can do a special filter require array to get an array of values back out. But it'll work. It's not too bad here. And that's about it, folks. All right, I will see you around.